We're back!
We know
Or lubricant. Yeah.
What are you guys most excited for moving forward out of high school? What are you pumped about?
I get to live by the beach, so I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited.
So could you not afford a dorm?
I'm very excited to make new friends. Not that I don't love my friends that I already have, but I'm excited. I'm excited for the community. Very excited for that. I'm excited for the classes. I'm also very nervous for the classes because I feel very unprepared for all of like the gen eds because I didn't take any this year. So I haven't done math or science or history or anything for like, a long time. But I'm excited for the other classes. Yeah.
I think you'll be good. I think you'll do good.
Thank you.
You'll be fine. You're smart.
Michaela, what are you excited for?
I don't have to go to school 5 days a week.
Nice. True story.
Don't gotta wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Josh, what are you excited for?
not being in 120-degree weather all the time.
Yeah.
Sounds nice.
Going to Adams County, dude.
Yeah, going.
It's not like Viola's not hot though.
Yeah, I was gonna say in the summer.
Yeah, it gets super humid up there. And
Viola feels nasty at CIY. That's the only thing I don't like about CIY.
Well, I won't be there during summer though.
That's true.
Yeah.
But you'll be here.
Oh. Dang. Yeah. So I didn't actually escape. So I have colder falls and then winters.
You can cut that out. You're editing it, so you can just get rid of it.
You're
Just gonna get rid of it. Yeah.
You're like a reverse snowbird. That'd be great.
That's too bad.
Yeah, and doing film stuff. But yeah, I'm also worried about my classes because I don't know what I have. So.
And why don't you know what you have?
I don't know. I really don't know what's happening. I don't know what dorm I'm staying in. I don't know when I find out my classes. I really hope I get filled in
That's tough.
at some point.
Is it due to the pandemic, or is it just in general that you just not getting any communication?
I don't know. I think they're supposed to send something out during summer, but yeah. So I looked up required classes, and I know the film classes, but that doesn't help because I knew I had to do that.
Yeah. Dang.
That's right, you'll get there.
Yeah, they'll just show up and be like, hey, these are your classes.
I hope I don't have hard math. I hate math.
I hate math.
Usually in college you choose your classes, and there's a lot that you can do in kind of the first level of classes. So they may reach out to you and hopefully
I didn't
ask
like
for
that.
opinion on the matter. So we'll see.
Free algebra.
Just bomb your placement test. You have to take a placement test. Just bomb it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And then you'll get
Just
easy
bomb
classes.
it.
That's what I'm planning on doing.
2 + 2 = 3.
Yeah, you're in high school now. Yeah, remedial.
Yeah.
I had
Sweet. That's
I had
good.
financial algebra.
Aaron, what are you most excited about?
I was gonna say really nothing except for getting a job. That's it. Otherwise, it's
fun,
just-
but
it's still
not-
school.
It's fun, but it's
Join the
not that
workforce.
fun.
Yeah. Are you looking
It's
for
true.
jobs right now? Are you looking for jobs right now?
yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Right on.
And college school is way better. Just in my
So
limited
different.
experience.
And I'm only doing my requirements at ABC right now. I'm not even doing my actual career classes yet. So it'll just be
Much of the same.
yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. What are you excited about, Steph?
I don't even know. I don't know what I'm excited about. There's too many things to be excited about.
Yeah.
I guess life, how it's gonna turn out. I wanna turn out good, so I'm gonna try to turn out good. I don't know. I don't know.
If that's your goal, you're halfway there.
I don't know. I thought right before this, I told him I didn't write nothing down. I'm just gonna wing it because that's what I did my whole life. I just kind of weighing. So.
Yeah,
Wing it.
that's what we're all
Keep on
about,
going.
right?
Yeah, I
To a
just
certain
keep
extent.
whatever comes my way. Yeah. So check, do my research a couple times. I'll figure it
Did
out.
your dad tell you he's gonna work at AWC now?
I was like, oh no, he's following me.
Look.
I was gonna say because he was all bragging that he wasn't gonna have a kid next year, so he's gonna have fun.
Wow. Does he get a little break with Brian and Pammy won't get there for how
1 more
long?
year.
1 year.
Brian's
So he
in
gets
8th grade, so he gets 1
break.
year. 1 year.
And then he's got 2 for 4 years.
Oh,
Man.
good luck.
Good luck, Dad.
Good
That's
luck.
I
awesome.
mean, he had you and David for 1 year, but that's
And then had me, out of all the kids, me for another 3 by myself. So.
A lot of focus
God knew what he
time.
was doing.
Absolutely.
There was a lot. That's the year, man. Oh, high school. Something else. It's getting hot in here. Now I'm nervous. You made me nervous with that. Okay.
That would be funny though.
No.
Well, it'd be funny for me.
No, but working is fun. It's different relationships. Like your coworkers are different. Like you can actually, like I don't have to like tell them my whole life for me to have, you know, quality connections with coworkers. So you know, you don't. You actually don't. So it's.
I don't want to see them unless I'm working.
I mean,
You never know. You might be pleasantly surprised. Maybe you'll work with somebody who's totally cool.
Where do you want to work?
Maybe not.
I applied to Starbucks.
Is that it? Like you only want to work?
Oh, not for my career.
Oh, what do you
Michaela started laughing. I was like,
Don't make me hate you.
Part-time Burger King.
I'm gonna hopefully be an electrical engineer, but currently I'm just applying to Starbucks.
Current.
well done, Alan.
That took me a second too. I was like, what?
I'll work at Zoom.
Are your parents excited about you guys graduating high school? What are their thoughts?
Just more excited than I am.
They want
I know
some-
your dad's excited.
Oh
to say
yeah,
that.
he wants some
There
money.
you go. Get some rent in here.
Yeah. No, he said if I go to school, I don't have to pay rent.
Nice.
So that's why I'm going
Keep
to school.
that going.
Yeah.
I'm
Keep that
so
going.
excited. Aaron has to help pay for car insurance.
I didn't even ask for the car though.
Aaron's like, can I not? Then how are you gonna get to Ada?
With her car, and she didn't have that one. Just kidding.
That's awesome.
My truck broke.
Wow, that seems like a
Aaron can give
thing that happens with you and David.
Yeah.
It's because it is David's truck.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, there you go.
It is his truck, yeah.
What about you guys? Your parents? How are they feeling about this whole thing?
Michaela, you should go first so I can
Scary
laugh
for
at you.
parents.
Oh, I'm laughing too. Yeah, my parents definitely were more excited than I was. I was kind of like, what? And they're like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
I don't know.
Not be in high school for a minute.
No, I want to go. Could live in high school forever if I
Did
could.
you love high school?
Like,
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's a
I really
blast.
did.
That's cool.
I liked high school though. It was fun. There was just
It's
something.
definitely time to leave. Definitely time to leave.
So put a thumbs up if you loved high school, and then every varying degree downward to not loving high school. Where do you fit on that?
Can we
scale?
rate specific years?
Yes.
Yes,
please.
I'm gonna call out the year. And
Freshman
then
year.
Move to that year.
Yeah,
Ready?
okay.
Okay.
All right.
Ready?
Freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, senior year. Hey! That's a lot of thumbs up at the end.
Nice.
Yeah.
Except for Megan.
It's because I got cut off.
Megan's got kind of a poopy face on. Thumbs
I wish I
down.
would have had my prom though.
Oh
I
yeah.
I saved it
Yeah,
for this
man.
year.
Oh,
What are you
man.
what are you guys
yeah.
most bummed out about missing
Yeah, the
because
last couple
of
months.
this whole thing?
PT.
Skills
Yearbook
USA.
signing?
We're just missing the PT.
I'm missing Skills USA.
Yearbook
Well, yeah, Josh, you prepared for Skills USA and you're ready to like.
Yeah, you
finish
were.
it out.
Yeah. You were doing it.
I was going. I was
Man.
practicing.
Uh.
But yeah.
Going spam, huh?
Yeah. So I would have went to Phoenix, but you know. But honestly, I wasn't super disappointed when they said everything was canceled because like everything was getting canceled already. So I wasn't
Not
really
just the good stuff.
surprised.
Yeah.
So, and I get to miss school. So.
That's pretty much it. I don't miss anything else. So.
Prom, Skills USA.
The only reason why prom is because we already had like a big group of us going.
Oh,
It's like-
yeah.
Senior pranks.
Plans.
Our senior class at Cibola was huge. It was the biggest in the last like 2 or 3 years. There's a
I-
lot of people.
There was that
Every class
That
had probably almost
graduation went by
30 or
so-
40
So
people.
fast.
that was
The
so
video?
fast for that many, but
It's
a
like,
lot of
boom,
people.
boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom. I was like,
Yeah.
I'll ask you after.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think you know exactly what I'm
Yeah.
talking about though.
So I have a question. What do you think God is doing and moving you toward right now as you kind of transition out of high school? Where do you see God moving in your life in a meaningful way now that you're done with high school? I mean, your life has changed significantly now. We are also in the middle of a pandemic, which complicates things. What do you see God doing?
In my life, I see him, like, I don't know how to word it, but I guess, like, developing discernment for me, because that's something that I've always, like, struggled with. I'm really gullible. I'm just, like, I've never been a very discerning person, and, like, leaving high school and leaving, like, the church that I feel comfortable at, you know, and that I know, like, the theology and, like, the morals behind and everything made me so nervous, because I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go to California and get sucked into some weird, like, yeah, exactly. And so I've definitely seen, oh my gosh.
Make her more nervous.
But yeah, I've definitely felt him, like, I've, like, my discernment has gotten better. I don't know how to say that, but, you know, I've become a lot more discerning this year, which I feel very thankful for, and obviously still, like, learning a lot and stuff, but it was definitely something that stressed me out before, because, yeah. But
Yeah.
that's for me.
May I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What does discernment mean?
Discernment means, like, basically, like, being able to tell if something is off. So, like, if you're, like, listening to a church sermon or something, and the pastor says something that's not biblical or not, like, theologically correct,
Like
or
Chipotle is actually manna from heaven.
yeah, like something weird like that, to be able to, like, to be able to, like, recognize that and be like, oh, that doesn't sound right, and, like, then you can go and see, you know, if it is or isn't, or what's right or not. But yeah,
Does that like fall under the category of knowing whether what's right or wrong?
yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay then, yeah. Now I get it.
I have no idea, honestly.
That's totally fine. It's okay. Yeah.
I feel like to bring more positivity. I've always been like that positive one. Like, just, you know.
It's hard being positive.
It is. I've struggled. I mean, it is hard, but I
It's like-
believe that the negativity just brings more positivity. Just because when I was more negative, I wanted to like be more positive. I just figured out a way to, like, you know, like, it's not getting me nowhere. It wasn't getting me nowhere. So I feel like he's gonna bring a lot more opportunity in my life. So I feel it. I have like a feeling.
It's
I don't know.
interesting because, like, as I've watched you kind of grow up through the youth group and just knowing you and knowing your family, the positivity, it has been off the charts,
Yeah.
like, all the time.
Yeah.
Not that you haven't had negative experiences
Yeah.
or you've ever been sad, but
Yeah.
when you walk into a room, everybody's excited to see you, and it's not because, you know, you're bribing everybody.
Yeah.
It's because your attitude, your personality, and who you are
Yeah.
is there, and you make all of us feel welcome. I mean, you
I
just
love
do.
my people.
Yeah, absolutely, and they love you back.
Yeah.
So it's a cool thing. And each of you really, through the years that we've spent with each other, whether that be 7 years, 12 years, 15 years. I mean, I remember Aaron when he was, you know, shorter than me. That was cool. I miss those days.
10 years ago.
Yeah, I remember when he was just a little hyper little elementary kid, and he jumped on my
Aaron
toenail and
hyper?
broke it in
What?
half. And I was like, dude, I want to marry your sister, so I'm just gonna deal with it. Just gonna deal with it.
Power through.
We might have already been married at that time. I'm not sure,
I don't
but
think so.
no, not yet. No, where were we? We're at the zoo or something, right?
SeaWorld?
I think it was SeaWorld.
We're at SeaWorld.
Yeah, that's why you're wearing flip-flops, because it was wet everywhere.
That's
Yep.
right. Made perfect sense.
And then I destroyed your toenail.
Yes, he did. That was awesome.
But I seem to remember seeing your bloody toe at Sarah's mom's house. So did you just... I honestly don't, because we were definitely at SeaWorld when it
You
happened.
tore it off. Like,
It was
up.
it was up. It looked like I had like a baseball hat on my toenail. It was gross. And I got it moved. Honestly, like, I've had a few injuries in my life, and getting my part of my toenail like taken off was probably one of the most painful things I've ever been through. It's crazy.
It feels weird for a long time.
It
too.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a strange.
Yeah, because there's no
thing.
nail, so it's just flesh.
I know, it's just
That was
like
like
a
a
meaty, like.
Ugh.
That happened to me in basketball. My toenail
Oh,
came
it's
off.
gross. It's
Ugh.
rough. That's a nasty.
I remember
thing.
there was one time, Jet's senior year, he like took off his shoes and he had the purple toes. Oh, it was nasty.
Yeah,
Like the tip of all 10 of his toes was just purple. I was like,
That's how it starts off.
That's how it starts.
Then it grows. Then it
And I don't bring up the toenail, you know, to give Aaron a hard time completely. Maybe not completely. But really, Aaron, you've been with me since the beginning of my youth ministry. You were with me when I was in children's ministry, and you were kind of like a little tiny leader in children's ministry. And then you moved up into youth ministry, and you've been with me that whole time. So Aaron has kind of been like my right-hand man forever now. And to lose my right hand is probably just as painful as losing my
It's
right
not like
hand.
I'm not gonna be here.
I know, but
It's
to not
different,
have you
Yeah.
in like the student leadership team, for instance, and to be here, just helping and making things go. Because Aaron's one of those people that, and I know you're on camera and you have to be on the spot right now, but I can say, Aaron, can you do this stuff? Can you make sure that everything goes for this service? Because I can't be in the sound booth. And Aaron just be like, yeah, okay. And he'll run sound, he'll run computer, and he'll run everything that's in between, which is lights. And I have confidence in that, in your capabilities of just getting things done. And to lose that in a sense, not completely, but lose that in a sense is hard for me. So I just have appreciated you and that.
I'm sure Owen could fill the spot.
I'm hoping. We got to
You know,
clean that
boost
kid
it.
up, yeah.
Reach it.
You need to calm
Dang.
Yeah, dude, yeah. He's very
Because you
good.
calmed him down.
It's true. Yeah. Yeah, he's not as spazzy as he once was.
Yeah.
And
That's why.
then Josh has been here for just as much time at FCC Youth, and it's interesting because like we didn't know his parents or anything, or anybody. He just showed up. Why did you even show up in the first place?
I met you at
in 6th
Surge.
grade, 7th grade.
I don't know.
Well, you went here, right?
Was it from
Yeah,
like,
I came-
Southwest?
Yeah, so, well, I knew about the only reason I knew about anything was everyone was talking about UCYC during 5th grade, but then during summer, my mom saw that FCC was doing some kind of like pool thing, and then I found out I was too old for that because me and my brother went down there and they're
right.
like, "You belong upstairs," and I was like, "Oh, hi guys."
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Oh,
right.
the water
I think
night.
I knew like
Yeah.
one person.
Yes. Oh, water night for like
Yeah,
Wednesday nights and
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
And
so
then
I,
little Josh wanders up there. I'm with the big kids.
Jonathan's just like,
what is happening?
see ya, bro.
I
I'm
think
gonna
I
play in
met
the
him
water.
at Surge.
That's Surge, yeah.
I think so.
Back in the beginning of Surge.
I think we were playing dodgeball or something like that.
I don't remember
That's
not
awesome.
knowing Josh.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
neither.
yeah.
I
Josh
think
is
didn't
supposed to
we
be
do
here.
sports at Southwest though?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
I did softball and soccer.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude, I
Yeah.
played so much Subway Surfers before softball.
Subway Surfers. Wow, that takes you back.
Dang, I forgot
Legit.
about that
But
game.
Josh, I mean, you've been here that whole time, and it's been awesome to see you kind of evolve into this person who is incredibly creative and incredibly gifted and skillful. Skills USA plug. Skillful at the things that you do, the things that you set your mind on. All of the media stuff that we've done is really kind of just accredited to you.
Yeah.
If you weren't around, these videos would be not quite as good.
Things would be a whole lot different if
Yeah.
you weren't around.
And I think the highlights, like the CIY vlogs and stuff, like a lot of that stuff just wouldn't have happened. And we have part of it, like Estefania's been in most of those CIY vlogs,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And you were hosting and stuff. but Josh has been this creative mastermind behind the scenes at FCC Youth for a long time. And so I just appreciate your activity there and your heart and your willingness to pretty much always do that stuff. All I have to do is ask Josh, like, hey, dude, can you do the camera for this thing and make a vlog and a video and bring your drone? Okay. And he brings his drone, and then his drone crashes, and I feel bad.
Oh, yeah.
And then you kick his camera off the floor.
And I kick his camera. Was that CIY?
It was before CIY when we were in the
Before-
circle.
Yeah.
Or smoothing
That's
all over your
right.
camera a couple weeks ago and all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that's right, the
Yeah.
smoothie on the
Oh,
camera.
my.
Man, we've had some injuries. Oh, that's rough.
Dang.
So, needless to say,
Yeah,
we
he's
owe
sad.
Josh some
Yeah.
But
money.
it still goes through.
Now he's sad. Look.
Oh, you returned that camera, right?
Josh is like, I can't.
Yeah.
He's
like, still working.
He's like, don't have to specify which camera.
Now, he'll be in a film class. Everyone will be respectful of his camera. It'll be so much better.
Someone will give,
I know, right?
someone will give a glimpse at your camera and be like,
No splash zone, please. No splash zone. So I've appreciated that personally, as your friend, your youth minister, just working in ministry with you. And that's really the case for all of you, is we're working in ministry together all of this time. It's never been my ministry, it's always been your ministry, and I'm just kind of helping as much as I possibly can. And Michaela, I remember when you and Ryan, oh my gosh, we were looking at pictures from middle school, so all of you were at Surge, and little Michaela and little Ryan are so adorable. Running
See,
around in those, it's so funny.
I remember when they.
I
You
remember.
remember them, right? Yeah.
Yes, and then like the last time they were here up until right now, I remember seeing both of them and I was like, where have I seen them? I know I've seen them before somewhere.
Right? Me too. That's how I was.
It was like a
feeling.
month
think
later,
we
and I
saw
was like,
Ryan
"Oh,
first.
I've known you guys for quite a long time,
Right,
actually."
Yeah, 'cause you guys moved away. Where did you
Yeah,
move?
Virginia.
Virginia. That's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you moved back to Yuma, and you're like, woo, Yuma, rock on. And you've always been this voice of positivity, and you've been so welcoming. I've seen you be so welcoming to the younger students especially. I've seen you talk to some of the younger ones, and you make people feel comfortable, and I appreciate that. You've created this culture and helped create this culture in FCC youth that is warm and welcoming and inclusive. And that's what every youth minister and every youth coach wants from students, is to help create a culture of being welcomed and inclusive and not filled with cliques and exclusivity and things like that. Because that's what we want, is we want students to feel welcome so they can meet Jesus and grow in Jesus.
Yeah, that is
And
such a huge
you've
challenge.
helped to do that, and I appreciate that. And your work with the student leadership team and all that good stuff. It's been awesome, so I appreciate that. Don't you guys love receiving like positivity behind the camera? Everyone's like,
I know.
I haven't even, I just look at you and
Yeah.
you. I'm like, yeah.
And Hannah! Hannah's been with us the least amount of all of them sitting in front of us.
1.5, 2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
2 years.
2 years. Let's say 2 years. You started here, and you were a stranger to us, and you showed up, and were like, she seems super cool and super nice.
So
and then
nice.
like maybe 6 months later, or maybe 8 months later, we found out she can sing, and she sings well.
I still remember the first day. It was me and Leslie in the sound booth.
Yes.
Ever since Ellie, it's just been a dude singing.
Yeah.
And we're just sitting there like looking down, and I was like,
Who dis?
huh. We looked at each other, and we were like, all right, cool.
Wow. Yeah, I remember the surprised looks, because I had it too, and I was
Yeah.
like, wow.
I didn't know you could fully
Legit.
sing until CIY, until we all sung in the couches.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's when I was like,
That's awesome.
or no, in the bathroom.
Yeah.
We all sang it, because the
Yeah,
We're not
and
singing
the,
that.
and yeah, and the
It's-
girls from the
it's-
showers
it's
were like,
normal.
you guys are so good.
Yeah, we all
They
singing
were like
and the girls were
showering,
like,
and
oh
they
my
were like, oh, you're really good. It was so
Oh
funny.
my gosh.
And then we got all nervous.
We're like, we have an audience now that listens.
And then you got random other people in there. Like,
No, yeah, I think some people did come and
trying
watch
to
us
focus here.
sing at the couches. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Legit. So ever since you arrived, you have blessed these other students and us, the adults, with your talents and with your heart, and we've appreciated that a ton. Hannah, you took over a lot of the leading of worship this whole last year, and in some ways I feel a little bit bad because we did just kind of dump it on you. And Hannah can sing, and then halfway through that we found out she can play guitar too. And so I was like, I'm gonna have to be on the platform. This is great. This is amazing. And so we kind of just put you in charge of a lot of things having to do with worship. And so we appreciate your willingness to do those things. It's a time commitment, and it can be stressful, and it can be disheartening sometimes, and it's challenging, and you're leading a bunch of your peers to do this creative artistic thing. So you're really putting yourself out there in a lot of ways. And so we've just really appreciated that. And for all of you, it's hard to see you guys go. And I'm using air quotes. I don't know. It's hard to see you guys
It's in there.
go.
Little buddy food.
Oh, my bad. That's a little buddy.
There we
Go.
There we
Why are we doing that? It's super hard to see you guys go. And although some of you guys are still going to be here in Yuma, some of you I'm still related to, Aaron, and we'll see each other regularly. It's hard to watch you guys transition out, but it is so exciting. Nothing defines adventure more than what you guys are about to do, what you guys are about to accomplish.
I
It's
just wish
scary.
dragons existed.
It's intense. If we're gonna discover dragons, it's gonna be forward in time, so it could happen.
I was just thinking,
you'll
instead
be
it's
the
an
one to do
adventure,
it.
it'd be better with a dragon.
Right? It
You
would
know?
be. It could be. Or it could be terrible because, Breath of Fire. You ever seen that? Yeah. Matthew McConaughey and all that. Rain of Fire. Rain of Fire.
Rain of
Rain of
Breath
Fire.
Fire's a video game. Sorry. Yes, Rain of Fire. Yeah, you don't want to be the American in that situation.
No, you
Oh,
don't.
no.
No.
Oh, no.
Sad day. Speaking of dragons, this adventure that you guys are about to embark on and are embarking on right now, it's huge and it's exciting. It can be nerve-wracking, but God is already doing so much in your guys' lives, whether you see it or not. He's there. You guys remember that theme from CIY? I'm here. You remember that? That was a few years ago now.
Yes.
And it's interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we approach God's presence as if we're trying to find him and he's somewhere distant and we're trying to reach him. And the crazy thing is that he was never far away to begin with. He was always there with us. And generally, the reason we didn't experience him or realize it is because our eyes were closed. We weren't paying attention, and we weren't truly seeking him. And I've seen you guys seek God, and I see God's work in your lives. And we are so excited to see what he does with you guys and through you guys. And I hope that the blessings continue to flow into FCC Youth. I'm just going to say that. That'd be super cool. So come back and visit us if you leave here,
Always.
please. And if you're still in Yuma, please come upstairs every now and then and be like, what's up? And I'll be like, what's up? And save me from the middle schoolers a little bit. We just appreciate you guys. And we love you guys. And thank you so much for being a part of this. Jake, do you have some closing words?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of summed up a lot of what I was going to kind of go into a little bit.
Well, I read your script.
Yeah,
So
so thanks for that. So no, I don't have anything. No, I mean, what Dustin said for each and every one of you was stuff that I've seen. And I mean, with Michaela and Steph, I mean, the amount of joy that you bring to everybody in a room is just, it's something that I've noticed, and it's obvious that most of us have noticed that, and it's been such an awesome thing to see, because that is a talent that, I mean, some of us don't have. Like, just
Jake doesn't have it.
No, I don't. Just to walk into a room and have everybody be like so happy to see you and stuff like that, and making everybody feel so comfortable is just amazing to see. And I hope that continues.
Just carry Marshall with you. And
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's like, hey, check out my kid.
Please.
So continue that. Aaron, Josh, I'll be quick. Aaron and Josh, like, it's so awesome to have somebody that you can count on, and both of you fit that to a T with both of your skills and talents that you have shown through the last number of years. Like Dustin was saying, it's kind of hard in ministry, and when you're trying to do things and trying to make sure everything works right, it's such an awesome experience to have somebody be like, hey, just can you help me out with this? Can you do this? And know that it's going to get done, and not sit there and micromanage. And both of you have, surpassed, everything that I would hope in somebody that's going to volunteer. That it's just awesome to see how awesome you guys have become and how much you've grown. And I can't wait to see what both of you do and whatever you guys are going to go into and all that stuff. It's going to be awesome. I mean, Aaron being in my focus group now, and I've known you and your whole family for so long, that just seeing you come up and seeing you grow up into this awesome man, and just to see what's going to happen in your life, I'm super excited. Slightly bummed because not going to have you around.
You're gonna have two sophomores in your focus group now. And I'm
I
not
know,
even there.
right? I'm not going to have a buffer anymore. So it's crazy. It's going to be so awesome to see what happens, and so I'm looking forward to it. And then Hannah, like what Dustin mentioned, you came in and you kind of got tossed into worship a little bit, and with like an open heart to it. Like, it's not like you were like fighting it the whole time. You just kind of like went with it, and then you took it over, and like whatever it was saying, I was either playing drums or bass, I can't remember. And when you started singing and I heard it through the monitor, I was just blown away. I was like, oh my goodness, like that, you had such an amazing voice, and you still do, and just your talent and your amazing drive for worship is something that, I mean, it just kind of takes my breath away sometimes, to be honest. It has really been something that's been amazing to see for the last couple of years, and I'm just gonna miss all of you so much.
Don't cry.
I'm not.
Oh, I thought you said okay. I was like, dang.
Don't cry.
Okay.
Do you want to say anything?
No, she didn't take forever.
It's gonna be 2 hours.
Everybody was like, no. Yes.
Uh-oh.
I prepared a script and I did it.
Oh.
No, just kidding. Dustin's leaving. He'll be back. Well, just to echo what these guys were saying, but I won't repeat it all. I really appreciate about not just you guys, the other seniors that aren't here too, but that in this particular youth ministry, we strive to be a place where you can discover the gifts and talents that God has given you, that He's equipped you with. We like to have opportunities for you to hone those, to find them and to hone them. And I think that we have seen it demonstrated in what you guys have said, that you have found a lot of those things, and you've taken advantage of the opportunities that have been presented to you. And that's part of why Dustin and Jake and the rest of us will, what's the word? Delegate those responsibilities, because we want to provide those opportunities. And I hope it's not for our benefit so that Dustin doesn't have to be on the platform. It's so that you guys can discover those things and build up your faith and learn how to serve God with the ways that he's equipped you. And I think that you all have said back to us that you have found those things, or at least some of them for now, and you're going into the next phase of your life knowing a lot about how God has created you, and that you can utilize those things, and you're already using those things to serve in his kingdom by serving the students that are coming up after you, by serving us. And I probably can speak for these two and the rest of you coaches, that's such a blessing to see you guys step up into what God has created you to be. And it helps us with the anxiety and the grief of watching you walk away, is that you're walking away prepared, at least with some basic skill sets, and knowing that you have some confidence in who God created you to be as you walk into your life away from us. And find people like us. I mean, Dustin talked about that a little bit. He asked you what you're thinking about, but know that there's other people out there that are for you and will help you to stay on that path. Be discerning. Take your positivity. Take your dependability and all the awesome skills that you have and all the gifts that you have, and get after it. Keep getting after it. You've already been getting after it, and we appreciate all the effort you put into this ministry with us. We love you.
No.
Thanks.
Should we say we love you too?
You
You know, just to echo what Megan said. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Thank you guys so much for being here with us and with the world, the wide world of YouTubes. Thank you for your honesty and your transparency in sharing from your stores of wisdom and experiences with the rest of us at FCC Youth and whoever else seems to come across this particular episode. Thank you guys. Yeah, sacrifice. It's for the audio.
That was not part of the deal.
I know. You're right. It's on the pay-per-view side. Yeah, you got pizza. It's cold now. Well, it's not cold because the AC's off. Yes. Perfect. You're welcome.
Although Cold Little Caesars is pretty good.
Cold Little Caesars
super
is
cold.
really
Little
good.
Caesars is super good.
It's good.
You're absolutely
It's
correct.
good.
Thank you guys so much. We will see you guys later. Have a splendid evening. Bye, guys.
We love you guys. Have an excellent week.
I don't know where you got.
Wow, that was really good.
Wow. I'm impressed. Wow. Yeah, we've been away for quite a while, and for you guys to even remember that, that's
You have a
all
fan
right.
club.
All right, we love you guys. Have an excellent week.
Bye. Dude, I don't remember everything.
Nope.
No.
I had like everything memorized while we were in class, and now it's just gone.
God. Like I didn't even need anything else this year.
And
It was
taught me
like-
how to do my taxes, and now I don't know how to do my
dad
taxes
does my
again.
taxes for me.
Your dad does your taxes?
Yeah, he's a wise man in.
What if my
Taxes,
dad does my
okay?
taxes?
I need to learn though, huh?
So I'm gonna do my taxes?
I did my own WT40 form. Oh wait,
Can you do
WT.
mine?
I don't even
Oh,
remember.
Wait, no, WT40 is.
Oh yeah.
WT40 is W2.
That's how I'm gonna fill out my forms.
W2.
It's a W.
No, it's
I don't know.
No,
I did
there's-
that on my
W2.
own. I did that.
Right?
on my own.
What?
Yeah, right.
That's just sunscreen.
Yeah. We'll have to cut it.
Oh,
We're at
yeah.
20.
Gotcha.
All right, stay where you are.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna wave goodbye.
Yo, this is gonna be a long one.
Unless you.
Yeah, you're so high def.
It's because I'm shining, because I'm sweating so much.
I know, right?
Yeah, your mustache is gonna be really sharp.
Sick.
Oh, great job!